Now, with four things to watch on election night is political commentator Jim Warren and executive editor of NewsGuard, which rates the credibility of news sites. Good morning, Jim.
Hey, great to be with you guys, particularly since I'm otherwise starting my day calling for a tow truck to get my car to the repair shop.
Oh, well, hopefully he'll hear your plea and get there real soon.
I hear some good deals on those 2021 models, by the way, Jim. So
I've gotten emails on them. Yeah, gotcha, Sean.
Jim, let's start out with where we're looking for election night as far as the vote totals are concerned. A lot of these swing states that we're talking about are on the East Coast, so we're likely to get better results, a better understanding of where we're going for the night pretty early on.
Yeah, I think if you're sitting home, two states to look at very intently and fairly early are Florida and Ohio. They count their votes pretty early. If Biden wins Florida, it's going to be tough for Trump to beat him. No Republican has won without Florida for 96 years, I think, since Calvin Coolidge. No Republican has won without Ohio ever. And they're not just big with a lot of electoral votes. They count all their absentee ballots right away. They don't take a day or two. So I think by around 11, 12 our time, the latest, you should have a good idea with Ohio and Florida.
Yeah, but we should not be prematurely declaring victory. I remember back when Al Gore had declared victory after getting Florida, and then all of a sudden he had to come back and say, I don't know about that.
Exactly, but a little better chance, which is why you're going to have to be careful. Our second big point has to do with premature calling of the vote. Now, the larger realities include the fact that we've had 70 million people voting already. They are probably disproportionately Democratic, which means it's possible in a bunch of states near us, big states, Michigan, Wisconsin, you may have disproportionate amount of Republicans voting on election day. And a lot of the votes one will be seeing that evening will be the day of the election count, not those mail-in ballots. So it's possible that you're looking at one candidate doing better than the other, and that candidate, perhaps Donald Trump, claiming victory. That you've got to watch out for. Michigan, for instance, as we know, may take 2 or 3 days to do all of its count, and what one sees on Tuesday may be more Republican. So Trump could conceivably muddy the waters by claiming early victory in a couple of those states.
One thing that we have to watch out for, of course, social media and websites that look like they're news websites, but they're not actual websites dedicated to journalism. Newsmax, your website does a wonderful job of
we're not Newsmax. We're NewsGuard.
NewsGuard, not Newsmax. NewsGuard. Thank you. Yes, search NewsGuard. Sorry about that. So NewsGuard, and I was thinking about Newsmax in a different realm anyway. NewsGuard really cuts through it and gives those reliable websites and where you can rely on. Where should we be looking for those vote counts and for good stories that we can actually rely on election night?
Sean, what I would say is the venerable Associated Press, the news consortium, has been around since 1846. They've been calling elections, I think, since 1848. They not only have reporters all over the country, they will be using 60 data analysts on election night to declare victories in more than 7,000 elections. And they will be working in conjunction with a very esteemed group at the University of Chicago, NORC, the National Opinion Research Center. And as of Wednesday, they started doing, for the first time, pretty early exit polling of folks who had voted early. So they will undoubtedly have the most sophisticated sense of what's going on. The cable networks and the broadcast networks will probably be projecting winners. That's different than the AP declaring a victor. AP was the first to declare Trump the winner 4 years ago, and about 20 minutes later, Hillary Clinton, seeing that, conceded in a phone call to Trump. So I would rely on, first and foremost, on the Associated Press working in tandem with the UFC.
Jim, tell us really quick about the report that NewsGuard came out with recently.
We came out with a report on election myths or misinformation. Folks, you got to look out for a bunch of things like mail-in voting significantly increases incidence of voter fraud. No. Poll watching is always illegal and amounts to voter intimidation. No. Votes not counted by election day are illegal. No. The removal of some postal service sorting machines and mailboxes in August is part of some conspiracy by Trump and the Postal Service to make it more difficult for people to vote by mail. No. And then finally, here's sort of one that Chicagoans might laugh about. Living people are fraudulently voting on behalf of dead people. No. And there are a lot more. Just go to newsguardtech.com, and we've got a big news study on election myths that are out there, which should give you pause and more certainty about what to believe and what not to believe.
All right. The countdown begins Tuesday. It's all over. Jim, thank you. Thank you for joining us this morning.